Hello, my name is Leah. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. I make videos about writing and my journey to hopefully one day being traditionally published. Today is the first day of Camp NaNo and also it happens to be my birthday. Yes, I'm an April Fool's baby. It was traumatizing in elementary school when no one believed me. But we're doing good today. I've got lots of happy birthday wishes, which has been so nice. And I've already finished the first thing that I need to be doing for Camp NaNo. So I'm gonna take a sec and walk you through the multiple things I'm gonna be working on actually during this month. I think it's all gonna make a very fun camp and I'm excited to take you along with me. So the first thing, which this is the thing that I just now finished, is a sort of game that I'm playing with my writing group, the Camp NaNo Rigmarole game. So basically, there are 8 of us participating in this. So each of us basically started a short story. We were supposed to write anywhere from 5 to 500 words for the first day. And then every day we are switching with another person to continue it. So we all have like different colors that we're writing in on Google Docs, and you basically just have to like write the next section of the story. So by the end of camp, we're gonna have 8 short stories that we all wrote together, and that's gonna be literally so much fun. So I just finished my portion for the day. I'm excited to see how this turns out. One of the people in it is Danica, whose channel I will leave linked down below. She just made the most amazing spreadsheet I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, so that's one of them. I'll be writing 5 to 500 words on one of the stories every single day. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm working on 2 other stories for a fun collab that's coming up, which you guys will be hearing about probably after these videos are already up. I'll be writing a short story and an outline, which I'm not going to talk a ton about my progress on those because there's going to be a whole video about that, which you can stay tuned for. I also have 2 freelance projects that I'm going to be working on this month. One is a ghostwriting project, which I should be actually wrapping up within this first week. So that one isn't going to take me fully through camp, but that's what I'm going to be working on this upcoming week. And then the other one is like a story consultant type of deal. So I'm going to be reading through what this person has already, and then we're going to be working together to kind of figure out where they need to go from here with their story. So that's some of my other things. For camp though, in terms of my own writing and my own books that I'm working on, I know I made like this whole series of videos about me outlining for Project Game and how that's the project that I'm going to be working on next. I have decided to set that aside for the moment. Not like fully, as in I'm not going to be working on it. I probably will be working on it during April, during camp, but I'm allowing myself the space to like not be fully invested in writing this book right now because it's just proving a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. I'm having trouble finding the voice for it. I'm having trouble finding a bit more of a spark for it, if that makes sense. And my heart is calling me back to Project Fire. So for Camp NaNo, my plan is to pick up Project Fire again, re-outline it, and hopefully by the end start drafting in a draft 0 again. I did re-outline the whole book this past summer and, you know, was working on it then, but there's still something that just isn't working with it. There's still like elements that I think I'm clinging on to too tightly from the original like version of it that I wrote in 2018. So I really do just need to take a blank slate approach and build it from scratch and not try to take shortcuts by filling in stuff that I had before. It's really easy with a project that you're like re-outlining or reworking to hit a wall creatively. Be like, I need to do something here, but I'm not sure what I need to do here. And then convince yourself that you can make the thing you had before work just in a different way. When in reality, you're just sort of putting a band-aid on the problem that's there. And what I really need to do for those types of moments is to just do something different. I need to stop pulling my punches with my characters so much. Like, I think the elements of this book are intended to be darker than the way that I wrote it. You know, it was my first book. These were my baby characters and I didn't want them to hurt and I didn't want them to do bad things. And so I need to make my main character meaner. I'm getting a call from my grandma. So I'm gonna answer that and continue with Nano stuff later. Bye for now. Hello, there's a tour going on outside of my apartment. So I'm just gonna wait for these people to pass. Please leave me alone. Okay, they're gone. Hello! Today is Tuesday. It's the 5th day of Camp NaNo. I just filmed my Fire versus Kofi video, which I think is the video that came out last week now that you are watching this. So I thought I would pop in just to give a little bit of an update. I have so many things going on for Camp NaNo that this is just gonna be chaotic. My updates are just gonna be super chaotic. Number one, the rigmarole. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun so far. Literally been amazing to see what everyone else is adding to my story, and also getting a chance to like see the twists and turns in the other stories and getting to be a part of that. Loving it so far. I really hope that I'm going to be able to talk more about this later or share. I don't know. As for Project Fire, I didn't really plan on picking it up this week very much because I do have a lot of other things going on that I'm busy with. However, yesterday I just fell into a pit of inspiration, and I just had to make my new Scrivener basically and start doing some of the character work for that. It's not that I had any new ideas. I mean, sort of. No scenes were popping into my head. I wasn't like, oh, this is the breakthrough I needed. But I was watching a video, which I will not shout out or discuss because it sort of gives away what I think is going to be an important element of the story going forward. And I basically realized there's an element of the theme that has always sort of been there, but it's never been at the forefront. It's never been the thing that is the guiding force behind the theme, but it's been something that has been very important to me. And it's an element of the theme that speaks deeply to my experience in the past, and I think a lot of other people's experience. I'm being so vague, and this is probably terribly annoying, but bear with me. I was watching a video that kind of covered something about this element, and it clicked for me. This isn't just a side element or manifestation of the main theme. I think it is the main theme, and what I've been trying to force into being the main theme is actually just a side symptom of the main theme. I also made a connection. There's an element of symbolism that I have included, and originally, of course, that symbolism had to do with what my main theme used to be. I'm just gonna call this one theme A, and then that's the side thing was theme B. But now I'm trying to make theme B be the main post and theme A be kind of like a side thing. So the symbolism was connected to theme A, and I realized that it connects literally even more perfectly to theme B. I just had that thought, and in that moment, it all just hit me, and I didn't start crying, but I definitely teared up. I was sitting there folding laundry whenever I had this thought cross my head, and I literally just had to stop, and I just put my hand over my mouth, and I just started tearing up, and I was like, that's it. That's the thing. That's it. Who knows if this is the thing that has been what has prevented me from fully nailing this story? I don't know. It very well could be this is just another revelation on my unending road of revelations about this project that's never actually going to end because there's something else that's vital that's missing that I haven't realized yet. I'm not saying that this is going to be the thing that makes the book happen, but it very well could be. So yes, with that in mind, that's why I started doing character work yesterday, was because my brain just wanted to work that into the character arc better and start kind of figuring out how that plays out in the side characters. Again, it's not really something that changes much. It's just sort of a reframing of what I'm emphasizing in different aspects. Today, though, I really want to work on it, but I need to do other things. Number one was to film that YouTube video that I just filmed. Number two, I have 2 freelance projects that I'm working on at the moment that I need to be working on, and I think those are just going to be my focus for today because I just need to make as much progress in both of those as possible. I think I can finish one of them today, so we're just going to make as much progress as possible on those, and then later this week, hopefully, I can set aside some more time to be working on Project Fire. Hello. So I just lost power. Cool. I don't even know why, because it's not storming outside. It's sprinkling, but I guess, I don't know, something happened elsewhere. People are exiting the buildings, just walking around the courtyard. I guess because they don't know what's going on, but anyways, I was in the middle of finishing up the video that was supposed to go up today. I think it finished exporting, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for that. I can't really do anything with it until the power comes back on because I need power to upload it. I figured until then I will just work on my Fiverr projects that I have. I'm slightly behind on them, so I definitely need to like kick it into gear. However, my laptop is at 40%, so we're just gonna hope that I can make some good progress on these and that the power will come back on before my laptop dies. We'll see how the day plays out. But as for my other Camp NaNo things that I'm doing, the rigmarole is going well, super fun. And then a Project Fire update, I started working on sort of weaving that new refocused theme into the main story beats, just kind of trying to figure out how Save the Cat would play out and what the main conflicts are gonna be throughout. And then I also started sort of bringing it into 5-act structure, you know, drawing more from Into the Woods, which I kind of want to try out for this one, just to see if that kind of helps me clarify some of the structural issues that I've had in the past with this story. So that is all in progress and to be fixed later. What I'm gonna do is come at it from a fresh perspective. Okay, so that noise was terrifying. That's the alarm for our security system, and I was like, what's happening? Also, why do you have power? No clue. I guess it has backup batteries or something because nothing else has power in my apartment right now. But it was just telling me that the AC lost power. It's like, wow, thank you for that. Anyways, what I was saying is I'm going to try to come at my replotting and my reworking of this story from a fresh perspective at first, especially on some of the broader big picture stuff. So I'm not like locking myself into what I did before or using that as a crutch. And then I think when I get to the part where I outline chapter by chapter, because that was the other thing, was when I was working on this book last summer, I didn't make a chapter by chapter outline like I normally do. What I did was I went through Story Genius, which doesn't have you like plot the whole thing. What it has you do is do like a bunch of pre-writing and character work, and then you're supposed to kind of like figure out 5 scenes ahead at a time and then work your way through the draft that way, which just doesn't work for me. But I was trying to, you know, just try that method out at the time and see if it would work for me potentially. Because I didn't like it and because I was doing that, my draft is a little bit more meandery than I would like it to be. So I do still need to create a like chapter by chapter outline for this version of the story. But where I was going with that was once I get to the chapter by chapter outlining section of how I do like my pre-work stuff, that's when I think I'm gonna go back and look at what I was doing before and see what makes the cut, basically, like what can be adapted into my new plan and what needs to just be greatly condensed or cut altogether, because there's definitely some things I think need to be cut altogether. I had an epiphany the other day whenever I was working on the Save the Cat beats that the inciting incident isn't actually what I thought it was, and it makes so much more sense because the thing that I've thought of as the inciting incident this whole time is essentially that my main character gets robbed, and so she's sort of forced to join this tournament because she needs money. And I've always struggled with that being like so unrelated to the overall plot that it doesn't really feel that connected to her internal struggle. The inciting incident doesn't necessarily need to be super connected. Like, it can very well be something that's external and out of the main character's control, but this one just really had nothing to do with anything else, genuinely. I have a new inciting incident, and it's not that it's different in any way from what I had before. It's actually a literal scene that is in my previous draft. It's just not framed as the inciting incident. It's framed as just an upping of the stakes and sort of just like a continuation of the conflict, when really I'm realizing, no, this is the inciting incident. This is what is going to ultimately prompt her to join the tournament. So a lot of it is really just like focusing in on restructuring some of the stuff that I already have from a fresh perspective, not actually referencing the thing before. I just like remember that that exists. And it's also super important to some of the later conflict that happens with one of the other characters. Anyways, that's what I've got going on right now. I'm gonna get off of this so I'm not wasting more of my phone battery than is necessary and start working on freelance stuff while hoping that the power comes back on eventually. Hello, so today's Friday. Technically, yesterday was the end of 1 week of Camp NaNo, but I figured I would actually end the vlog today just because it doesn't really make sense to start a vlog on a Friday, especially because I literally never do anything on weekends, in terms of writing anyways. So today is gonna be the last day of this Camp Week 1 vlog. I'm gonna take my glasses off because that reflection is distracting me. I also realized that because my camp is so chaotic this year, like I have so many different things going on, that I should probably do some sort of indicator of like what I'm working on every day and if I'm making any progress on it. So I decided to make a checklist today. So these are all the things that I need to get done. I have 2 freelance projects that I need to finish today. One is actually due at like 3 p.m. or something like that. So I like legit need to get on that one especially and finish it. Technically the other one isn't due till tomorrow, but I would really like to turn it in today. So those 2 are priority number 1 for today. Priority number 2 for today is to do my rigmarole edition story thing. I haven't done it the past 2 days and that makes me very sad because it's been very fun. I've just been so busy the past few days that I just haven't gotten around to it, but we're doing it today. We're getting it done. And then with the rest of the day, depending on how much time I have left, because I'm actually not sure if I'll have any time or what time I'll have after I finish those first 3. But with whatever time I have left, I would like to get this camp vlog all imported into my hard drive and start editing for that. So this is the plan for today, and now you have a visual representation of what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna do this checklist thing for next week as well, because I think that'll just make it easier for myself and for you to see whatever the heck is going on in my life. So that's my plan for the day. Time to go get started.